by the grace of Allah Ta'ala, we have a very nice mosque.
So now the complex you see in Houston is, mashallah, one of the most beautiful structure that you will see.
And the most beautiful thing in a masjid is the humility of the worshippers inside.
Baitus Samee became like a magnet to our Ahmadi members.
And we felt at home when we were in Jamaat.
The Jamaat was very happy. Jamaat members were really happy.
And all the Jamaat members would get together and feel like a family together.
There's a saying in Texas, everything is big. And while our mosque is big, I only pray that our spirit of sacrifice and service is also as large as they say things are large in Texas.
Welcome to the beautiful state of Texas, home to the fourth largest city in the United States of America. The state of Texas is situated in the southern United States, just north of Mexico, and has a coastal border with the Gulf of Mexico. The city of Houston is located on Galveston Bay along the Gulf. Besides the notable Houston skyline, other claims to fame include being home to NASA and the world-famous Texas Medical Center.
Houston is the headquarters of NASA, and Mission Control is here. And it was from Mission Control that we first sent a man to the moon. And JFK had just 10 years prior to that said, less than 10 years actually, that within the next 10 years we will send a man to the moon. He said those words in Houston. It's only fitting that Houston Mission Control was able to complete that. And in fact, Houston's the first word said on the moon.
Houston's location provides a year-round tropical climate. However, this does not come without occasional weather-related problems. After the devastating floods and destruction caused by Hurricane Harvey in 2017, the community and relief organizations banded together to help one another. In fact, Humanity First was one of the first relief organizations on the ground to help. Humanity First staged its operations from Houston's Baitus Samee Mosque to help countless people in the community after Hurricane Harvey.
There are two key moments that Houston played a pivotal role for the Jamaat, and one was in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina came through the area, and Houston became the headquarters for Humanity First. And it was really the first time when Humanity First came onto the national and big scene, and it was something that really matured Humanity First as a strong force that can do big things. And the second was last year in 2017 when Hurricane Harvey came through the area, flooded the lands, and the Jamaat had to lift itself up from its own bootstraps. Many of the families that helped recover and do the disaster relief with Humanity First were families that were themselves affected. Part of the mosque was also affected, but we've bounced back, alhamdulillah.
Houston is home not only to 6 million people, but also scores of Ahmadi Muslims. 3 large chapters comprise the Houston area community.
We have 3 Jamaats now in Houston. One is called Houston North, where our main mosque is, Baitus Samee Mosque. And then we have a Cypress Houston, which is on the west part of the Houston. And then we have a Houston South, which is on the south side of the Houston.
While today the Houston Jamaat enjoys these salat centers and masjid, the Jamaat had humble beginnings.
Officially, the Jamaat was established in 1979.
Jamaat was already formed by Ataullah Kaleem Sahib.
And at that time, there were approximately 13 to 14 families in Houston, very small Jamaat, and approximately 45 to 50 members.
We tried to organize the Jamaat, and from there we took over. we made contact with the police department and the local sheriff departments and the other non-Muslim community, and we started interfaith meetings.
Jamaat meetings, Jummah service, and other activities were held in the homes of these early pioneers.
We didn't have any Jamaat property in the beginning. We were having meetings in houses. We went to each and every house. We went to smaller apartments, we went to bigger apartments, we went to smaller houses, and we went to bigger houses.
And then we started Friday sermon in someone's one member's apartment. And then we started organizing our activities also.
In late 80s, Jamaat really felt that it was grown close to 200 people, if not at least 180 plus, that was not, the rental places were not working out.
So that time we started looking for a property, and finances were very limited at that particular time.
So just finding a mission house at that point was a challenge.
Some of these early challenges were overcome with the establishment of the first mission house in Houston in 1990 and the first Murabbi assigned to Houston, Mirza Mahmood Ahmed, in 1991.
Luckily found a property which has some prayer halls and some area for the Murabbi Sahab, and had a fairly decent size of parking lot.
And it was in bad broken up shape. But that gave opportunity to members of Jamaat to do lots of wakarim. Everybody came through, worked together day and night to clean up that place and call it a home, call it our own mosque or mission house.
Myself and some other members, we were hammering nails ourselves and trying to repair that mosque. The roof was leaking and a lot of thing was not as to the par. So we fixed it up. And it was the joy for us really to have that our own place.
That was a place where we all collectively worked, cleaned up together. It was a good place to come together and build the energy. I recall experience that Missionary Shamshad was there, and one day, there was a need for the ladies' bathroom. There was really ladies' bathroom. They had to go into the missionary's house and all that. So Shamshad asked me, this has to be built. And those days there was some flood going on. There were no workers available. And really, I think people were putting a lot of efforts on with themselves, but literally there was nobody available. So I took almost a week or 10 days off from work. I had never constructed anything, and I bought the tools and I built a bathroom with my own hands. I'd never had experience, but that bathroom till we left that mission house was being used. I had done everything that I learned everything, and within a week or so, we built that bathroom. So I was very happy with that.
And right after that, and then Murabbi Sahab came there, and Jamaat was well organized, and we started holding children classes, and all, of course, Lajna, Khuddam, and it was formally organized that time.
And ultimately, we made it in good shape, and then we started our activities again.
In 1986, we held our first Siratun Nabi Jalsa in Houston, in public place, where we invited some of the university professors and other non-Muslims, and they attended our Siratun Nabi Jalsa. We held our first religious founders day also, when our Murabbi Shamshad Nasir Sahib came to Houston, and he asked us to hold our religious founders day, so we held that religious founders day in 1992.
And also we were holding our prayers there. Finally, Jamaat started growing and growing.
With the blessings of Allah Almighty, the Jamaat grew quickly in the 1990s. Soon, the Jamaat had already outgrown the mission house. In 1996, 5 acres of land were donated to the Jamaat with the vision of building a mosque in Houston.
We had to move out of this place because we could not hold our meetings. The Jamaat was growing bigger and bigger. and we were short of space.
The ladies' area was not enough, and we would have to pray outside sometimes, and certainly during Eid, we would actually be praying in the parking lot.
In 1998, we had a member who donated some land.
At the time, there was no mosque. It was just an empty plot of land.
Inspired by this vision, the Houston Jamaat embarked on a journey of sacrifice, hard work, and dedication to raise funds to build the new mosque.
Thinking back in my mind, I'm remembering some incidents of people who made a lot of personal sacrifices in order for us to contribute to this mosque. Some made financial sacrifices, others made vakaremel sacrifices, physical sacrifices, time and whatnot.
Everyone came together, from young children, day and night. We used to have, after work, everybody used to come together and pitched in a lot of time and effort. So it was an amazing effort done by young, old, children, and Khuddam and Lajna. A great experience of working together.
There were many examples of children who gave all of the cash that they had to their name and just gave it to the mosque. And some people who had blue-collar jobs, labor jobs, showed no hesitation in giving what were large sums of money to this effort.
And the people who are, some of our engineers, they were helping with the electronic stuff. The people who were, could do manual labor, they were coming in and helping every single day.
And when the Jamaat saw others coming forward, they themselves felt prompted to do the same and to match the zeal. And it was such an exciting time to see that. And it was just one thing on all of our minds, that this mosque has to be built. And we have no other desire than to have this mosque.
Through the sacrifice of all the members of the Houston Jamaat, enough funds were raised to begin Phase 1 of the mosque construction, which began in January of 2001.
There were 2 halls that were built, and that's where we used to pray, on the mosque itself, mosque grounds itself. And then when we started praying there, we started doing more fundraising, and we're able to achieve our financial target and started building the mosque itself.
There was no plan what kind of mosques we are going to build, but later on, UNICEF, he made the basic design, and we sent it to Centre London, and they revised some plans. They revised the plan, and starting from there, we started building the mosque in 2003 to 2004.
We were so fortunate that our beloved Hazur Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Rabi Rahmullah Ta'ala visited Houston personally and laid the foundation of the Baitus Samee Mosque.
And he gave the mosque a name, Baitus Samee, the house of the listener.
Rahe Khuda ki mohabbat Khuda kare, hasil ho tumko deed ke लज़्ज़त खुदा करे.
Baitus Samee Mosque was officially complete and open in March 2004.
Can roughly accommodate up to 800 people. It has, accommodation in the Langar Khana in the back, and a guest house also, and for the children basketball court. So it's a beautiful mission house that we have been able to build.
We have now developed a missionary's residence, a guest house, a basketball court, and finished more parking. And then we also have several areas or couple acres actually of vacant land as well. That's all Jamaat property that the youth use for soccer, cricket, and other activities. We built a mosque, but we built our own character in the process too. And we're very proud and honored to have had that.
Today, the Houston area chapters play a very active role in continuing the tradition of interfaith events and sponsoring community activities. Welcome to Houston.
जिनकी चाहत में गिनते थे दिन अपनी तस्कीन जा के लिए